Okay, story time. I'm so shaken up right now. So I never DoorDash at night. Long story short, I needed a little extra money by tomorrow, so I decided to DoorDash tonight. It's currently 10:10 p.m. This happened like 5 minutes ago. So I go to Wendy's, get this order. I'm driving to the house or whatever, and I get a call from the people. So I answer. I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like, "Hey, this is Michael. Like, you have my DoorDash order." And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up? Is everything okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I put on the DoorDash to leave at my door, but I meant to put hand it to me." Which sketched me out because, like, what the fuck? Why? Why does it even matter? You know what I'm saying? So, and also, like, I'm driving on, like, a rural area. Like, it's gravel roads. There's no street lights or anything, so I'm already sketched out. So I'm like, "Okay, gotcha, no big deal at all." And he's like, "Yeah, because we have dogs and stuff and they'll eat it on the deck." So I'm like, "Yeah, I totally understand." But also, like, it notifies you when I drop it off, so you would grab it almost immediately. So why would your dogs get it? And why do you have me walking up to your, like, house if your dogs are out? So I'm like, "Okay, is that it for you?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he laughs, and I pause for a second, and he pauses for a second, and then he says, "Well, really, I just want some human contact. Like, I don't have any friends." No. So I start trembling. I was about to be like, just fuck the DoorDash. Like, I was like, I don't even want to go now. Like, I'm sketched. I'm dumb as fuck. I should have just, like, stopped DoorDashing and said fuck the order. Like, I understand that, but, like, I didn't. So I roll up to his house. There's, like, 7 driveways to it. He's standing in my headlights, like, to the right of my car a little bit. And if y'all have ever seen it, he's in, like, a yellow raincoat with, like, his hood up, and there's, like, 3 layers of pockets down. And I don't want to get out the car. And he's just staring at me like. So I stick my head out the window. I'm like, "Hey, do you mind coming and getting it from my car? Because I get a little sketched out at night." And he's like, "Oh, you don't have to be scared around me." And I, like, laughed it off. I was like, "Well, I don't really know you, so better to be safe than sorry, right?" And I swear to God, y'all, at that moment, he sticks his hand in his pocket and he pulls out a butterfly knife. Oh, I might have to do a part 2. Okay, part 2. So he pulls out a butterfly knife, and I immediately, like, I had my window half rolled down and, like, my door half open. I immediately slammed the door, lock it, roll the window up. And he's standing there laughing. And I'm like, "Bro, what the fuck?" And he's yelling through my window. Like, it, I don't know how to explain it. It was hard to get out the driveway without pulling forward because it was, like, intersecting and shit. So, like, I didn't really know what to do in the moment. And he's screaming through my window with the butterfly knife in his hand. And he was like, "No, I was just trying to show you. I was just trying to show you." And I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm good. And this sounds like it's long, but this was all in a matter of, like, 4 seconds, you know? So I start reversing, and he's walking towards my car, and he's like, wait, please wait. Like, he's holding his arms up and everything. And I'm like, "No, bro, like, no." And I'm just, like, booking this shit in reverse. So, like, I don't know what to do at this moment. I don't know why I even gave a fuck about the food, like, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna get my money for this fuck-ass order, you know? So I roll down my passenger side window, and I throw the food out. Like, I throw the whole bag and everything out the window. And I, like, really hit the gas then. Like, I hit the gas. I was like, I don't even give a fuck if I, like, hit another drive. Like, I don't care. I'm getting the fuck out of there. And so I'm reversing quickly, and the man is running to my car, and he's like, wait, no, like, all this shit. And I'm like, "Bro, what the fuck?" So anyways, I don't know if I'm looking too hard into it. I don't know if he had a mental illness or he was on drugs or if he was going to hurt me or if he wasn't. I don't know. I just think about, like, if I had got out the car, why do you have a butterfly knife in your jacket like that, you know? And it was just like the way he was talking was, like, haunting me. So I'm done for the night, and I'm done for every night. I'm not doing that anymore. I know I kind of put myself in that situation, and I probably didn't handle it correctly, but just be careful. Like, a girl door dashing at night by herself just isn't a smart decision. So if you're thinking about doing it, just don't. I don't know what would have happened tonight had I not had better judgment, like if I had got out the car or if I did put myself in a vulnerable situation. I don't know. So just be safe.
All right, if you don't know, I am unemployed. I'm unemployed, but not for too long. So here I am trying to like get ahead of the game. Like, okay, I'm gonna download DoorDash. I see that always pop up on my For You page. Let me see what DoorDash is about. Y'all, I almost died. It didn't take me long before I almost died. I only did 3 trips, and the 4th trip, the second day, almost died. This is what happened. Mind y'all, I don't know what I'm doing on DoorDash. I'm just pressing dash now, and the first thing that pops up, that's $4. I'm about to die for $5. So what is happening? All right, y'all, I was interrupted. I'm back. I'm kind of scared to post this video because I feel like the person who was trying to get me is going to see it. But I'm going to tell the story. Let's tell it. So here I am on my $5.50 trip, and it says like call once you get to the green gate. Mind you, it didn't really say that, but I knew that's what he was trying to say because the spelling and everything was just off. So I instantly pull up. I'm going to put a picture on here if I can. I instantly pull up. I call my man because it just was not feeling good in my soul. I was like, something is weird. Because you telling me to call you when I get to a gate. But the gate that I see has nothing but like dump trucks, and it's pitch dark, and it's giving like tow yard, dump something. Okay. So I send a text like, hey, here with your food, blah, blah, blah. He calls me like, yes, come down the dirt road. He had me at dirt road. I said, dirt road? Mind you, I'm still my man on the other line. So I merged my man on the phone. I said, dirt road. Okay. Then what? He said, and then look to your right. Y'all, I look to my right. This is what it looked like. I'm about to put a picture in. Y'all, I'm not making this up. Mind you, it was like 9 o'clock at night. I shouldn't have been out there at 9. I know. Put it on me. It looked like this. This is not the exact road, but this is the exact road. I didn't see nothing. All I saw was the lights to my car. And he got the nerve to tell me that the house is in the back. Who the hell about to drive back there? Somebody, but not me. What could possibly be back there? First of all, why is there a house back there? Why is DoorDash allowing you to order from this house that's back there? We got a problem, and I'm not here to solve it. So I'm on the phone with him. My man on the phone. My man is saying nothing. He's just trying to just be there for support. So I'm like reversing, doing Y turn, U turn, X turns, all them turns, trying to get up out of there because it's one way in, one way out. I never turned into that dark road. I went into the dirt road, and if I would have turned again, I would have been down that road that we all just saw. So I turned, and he's like, what you doing? What you doing? Come down, come down. What are you doing? Where are you going? Like getting loud, irritated. I know, you're upset. You want your Big Mac. But you're not getting your Big Mac from me today. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. So y'all, I skirt up out of there because my intuition told me that 1, I was about to die. 2, he was never at the house. He was somewhere like in the bushes. And the minute I turned in there, he was going to jump out and be like, get out the car. Like, I just seen it. I seen it all. So I like skirt up off the dirt road. I turned like 3 lefts. I watched that on the movie. It said you always turn left 3 times. So in the event that he was trying to chase my car down, he wasn't going to get me. Got home. I'm shaking up, y'all. I end up down another road trying to get away from him. When I got home, I contacted DoorDash. They got the nerve to ask me, did I at least give him his food? I said, what you can do is contact him and have him send you some pictures of where he thought I was about to give him his food. DoorDash, you don't got to worry about me ever again trying to DoorDash. I'm unemployed, but not for too long. That right there made me wake up the next morning, and I think I did like 10 applications because I'm not that type of girl. But in all seriousness, y'all be safe. Use your discernment when you are out here door dashing. Single women, especially my single black women, Don't be out here door dashing by yourself at night. And if you could, do it with somebody. If I ever decide to do it again for some little extra money, I am going to have my man in the passenger seat and we going to bust it down together, because that was not the story to be told, y'all. The story was going to be that I died from $5.50 due to a Big Mac and a Coke and some cold fries. Okay, why y'all door dashing?
My worst nightmare literally almost came true yesterday. So I was door dashing last night. It's probably not a good idea to do it in the night, girlies, but you know, I like to take risks. There was this offer that came up that I should go to Sheetz. So I was like, oh, you know what? Okay, fine. It's not that far away, whatever. Well, this man's wanted cigarettes. So I was like, weird. Anyways, I get to Sheetz and I realize it says their ID is needed. So I don't even go into the store. I was kind of just like, okay, whatever. So I contacted him. I called him on the phone from the door dashing app and I was like, hey, I need your ID. Any chance you could send it to me? Blah, blah, blah. This man starts rambling on about his life, about how he's lonely and how he wants to talk to people. He hasn't talked to anybody in like 3 months, but he has this job. And he was like, you don't want to know what it is. And I was like, what? And he goes, it's not like that. And I was like, what? And he goes, it's really not that. It's not what you're thinking. First off, how the frick did you know what I was thinking? I mean, yes, my mind went to sex trafficking because I live in a very big area for it, but like, why would your mind go there? And he told me he's an engineer and it's just like he's in defense or whatever, and it's just a dangerous job. So I was like, okay, I don't know what to believe at this point. Then he asked for my name, which I'm so stupid. I proceeded to tell him, and he goes, wow, he goes, that's hot. That's a stripper's name. And before that, he was talking to me about how he wants to bang all these girls and do weird things with them. I got the ick from it. So then he's like, oh, I don't feel comfortable sending it over DoorDash. Can I send it to your real phone number instead? I gave it to him because I wasn't thinking anything of it. He calls me, which then afterwards I realized it was a different number than what he texted me his driver's license on. And this was an area code for California. So I was like, what the frick? And you bet your bottom dollar I did some research on this guy, so it wasn't on any of his like registered numbers for his name. So it was probably like a spoof call, but like, why would that happen? And he told me it was him too, because I was like, someone's calling me. He's like, oh, that's me. What? Then I was like, okay, I'm gonna hang up the phone now. I'm gonna go get your stuff. And he goes, okay, well, when you get here, would you mind like hanging out with me a few minutes? Like, I've been really lonely. I want to talk to someone. And meanwhile, he told me before he's gonna vent to his friend about things. I was like, I'm not your friend. And I said, I'd rather not. And he goes, why not? He goes, come on, we can just like talk on the porch and hang out for like 2 minutes before you leave. And I was like, no, sorry, I have to get home. And he goes, fine, I get it. You're trying to be professional. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go, bye. Okay, this video's getting long, so go to part 2 and watch the rest because there's more. This is another PSA for girlies to watch their surroundings and be aware and listen to your spider senses. Woo! I can't even tell you how shook I am right now.
Okay, so something really scary happened to me while I was door dashing over the weekend. And if you're like me and the only way you can go and make money is like a mom, or you know, you have other issues preventing you from getting like a normal job, listen to this and proceed with caution because it can literally happen anytime to anyone. So I was pulling into the parking lot of the building that I was delivering to, and there was a guy like drifting around the building where I was going. So for me, if you have a delivery where you have to hand it to somebody, sometimes that customer is outside waiting for you. But whenever I pulled up, the guy didn't like immediately approach me like, hey, that's my order, yeah, I know you're coming. But instead, once I parked, he walked around to the back of my car, and like the whole time he's watching me. And I'm getting out of my car to get the order in my back seat, and I see him watching me. So I am getting like really freaked out. Like already, like my warning signs are like going off. So I am acting like I'm like rummaging through my back seat, and I am like, okay, well, I need to turn my car off and lock up because I don't know what his intentions are. So I'm getting the order, and as I'm doing this and going to my front seat, he gets into his car and starts it up, which is parked right next to mine. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe he's just gonna drive off, but I'm still gonna lock my car and, go inside. And so I do. Handing off the order was all normal, and I'm walking back downstairs, and that guy's car is literally like it inched up and it turned, so it was like blocking my vehicle from the rear. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm standing at the door, and DoorDash is like sending me like an alert, like, hey, do you feel safe? If not, tell why. So I'm like writing in like, no, I don't feel safe at all. This guy blocking my car into its parking spot. And no sooner was I about to I'm running out of time. I'll finish in a part 2. But honestly, I felt like I was going to be sex trafficked or something. Okay, so part 2 was this. So I am coming back downstairs, and I see the man blocking my car into the parking spot. And I'm typing into DoorDash, like, hell no, I don't feel safe at all. There's a car blocking me into a parking spot. He watched me go inside to deliver this order. And as I'm typing this in, I don't know if the customer that I delivered to got an alert that I didn't feel comfortable or safe. And so he came out of his apartment and was like, ma'am, I can walk you to your car. Do you want me to walk you to your car? That guy lives in the building next to this, and he's always doing something. I forget exactly how he worded it, but basically he makes people feel uncomfortable. And I was like, okay, well, I was already in my head like thinking I'm either gonna go back to his apartment and ask him to walk me out to my car, or I was gonna call the police or just go to a different room. Like, I was already coming up with a game plan because I was scared. And so he walks me out to my car, but before he does that, he actually said that like he had been watching the whole time, and he could see outside the window what was going on. Which, like, for me, like, I didn't register how weird that was until later on. And even when I told my mom and my sister what happened, they were like, oh my god, do you think that they were working together? And for whatever reason, they decided not to go through with whatever they were trying to do with me. And I was like, I genuinely don't know. But this guy said that he was looking out his window. But when I thought about like the layout of the apartments, I went up the stairs and I went to the apartment building that was to the far right. So the one on the left would have had a view of the parking lot, but not his apartment. Unless like I am, not getting the layout correctly in my head, but it just didn't make sense. But either way, he walked me out to my car. That guy pulled off without the man who helped me having to say anything, and that man went and pulled next to a dumpster and with his hazards on. Luckily, he did not follow me after I drove out of there, but I was shaken after that, for sure. Very shaken.
Guys, yesterday I nearly got kidnapped by my Doordash delivery guy. So this is what happened. So usually when I get my food delivered, I always tell them to leave it at the door because I have anxiety and I don't like seeing people. So I was like, leave it at the door, I'll come and collect it once you drive off, like, period. So this guy messaged me saying he's outside, he can't find the house. And guys, be mindful, it was literally 1 a.m. I was so hungry and I needed to eat something. So I'm like, oh, it's unit blah 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 blah, just leave it at the door and stuff. He was like, okay, I'll try and find it. I said, okay, because there's no way I was gonna go outside. No. So he messaged me, oh, I'm outside, can you come collect the food? I'm like, just leave it at the door. He was like, oh no, I can't leave it at the door. Like, guys, I've ordered from Doordash so many times and they have always left it at the door. But man, he said he can't leave it, I have to come outside and collect it. I'm like, no, I'm not coming outside to collect it, just leave it at the door. He was literally frustrating me. I was like, you know what, keep the food. I don't want the food because I'm not gonna come outside. It's literally 1 a.m. 1 a.m. So this guy said, okay, I left it at the door. So I was okay, cool. So I waited like 1-2 minutes to go collect my food. So when I went, I looked outside the window. His car was still outside. I was like, what are you still doing here? So like 2-3 minutes went by. He decided to drive away. So I thought. So I decided to go downstairs to go collect my food. I was so scared. So when I got, and the place that he even left the food is where I was like, what the hell? So my house has a gate. You have to open the gate and then leave the food in front of the door. But he left it in front of the gate. So I decided to, I went outside the gate to collect the food. And then, so as I was picking up my food and I looked to the left, the guy was standing there. And now I realized there was 2 people in that car. Like, there was literally 2 people in that car because the car was still on and stuff. So he was like, hey, I have a question for you, bro. I just grabbed my food, locked the door, like locked the gate. And so this guy started saying, oh, I just have a question. I need direction back to my house. My GPS is not working. Can you help me? I said, sir, I cannot help you. I'm so sorry. Like, no. Please, just like for like literally 1 minute, just help me, I literally, as I was saying no, I was walking towards my door. I got into my house. I locked that door. I locked the door. So when I got upstairs, because I live in a 2-storage unit, I checked to the window. He reversed his car back to where it was first. He was there. He was literally parked there. So I was like, maybe he's gonna go. Literally 5-6 minutes went by. This guy was still on that spot. So I'm like, damn, he actually needs help. But I'm not gonna go outside. I'm gonna pray for you, and God is gonna help you and help your internet work so you can go home. That's what I was doing. I prayed for him. That's it. Guys, be careful out here, especially when you're ordering food at night. There's some weirdos that will literally, like, I don't know, like, yeah, let's be careful out here, please, because
So being nice just screwed me today. I'm a full-time DoorDasher. I got 2 kids. I went and picked up this lady McDonald's today. As soon as I left, she texted me and she was like, can you go get me 2 Elf Bar vapes from the gas station? And I was like, okay, which I don't know why. Something told me not to, but I still did it. So I said, okay, I go to the gas station. She cashed out me the money. I used my Cash App card. The money got taken off Cash App, but it didn't go through at the gas station. The receipt said declined at the gas station. So I'm pleading with the lady about 10 minutes. Like, I cannot take this girl her food and not have her vapes or her money. Like, please, like, it's something you can do. I do not want to look like no thief. I don't want to look like no thief. So the lady was like, it usually comes back later. So I'm texting the customer and I'm telling her what happened. And I tell her, when the money comes back, I can either send it back to you or I can go pick it up. And she was like, you don't have to send it back if you could just go pick it up and drop it off. So I'm like, okay. So by this time, I get to her house. So about 15 minutes then went by. So I get to her house and I give her food. Everything was fine. She said she wanted to be left on the porch, but I gave it to her in her hand because she was at the door. Like, all these red flags. So I pull off. I go home. I try to do another DoorDash, and they tell me my account is pending deactivation because she says she never got her food and that I was late, that I was running late or whatever. So I'm like, okay, but why would she do that? I'm like, why would she do that? Like, I got there late because I had to go to the store because she asked me to go to the store. Then I hand her food and she says she didn't get it. I'm pissed off, like pissed off to say the least. So now my account is pending deactivation. Child, the money's supposed to come back. I don't know what she expect me to do. What you expect me to...
I'm never ordering DoorDash again. Last night, I ordered DoorDash and the fucking Dasher. So first of all, I've timed it. Okay, I've timed it. I'm like, I'm gonna be a minute or two away from my house when the DoorDasher gets there because I'm walking my dog. It's gonna be perfect. She gets her walk. I'm gonna get my food. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna eat. Okay, this is gonna be my first meal of the day because I took my Adderall and it kills my appetite, and so I'm like so fucking hungry by the time it's worn off, and I just want to eat my food. I'm walking my dog. I can see my apartment from where I'm walking her. I get a call from DoorDash. DoorDash is here. I'm like, great. Leave it by the door. I'll be right there. And the DoorDasher goes, okay, great. Maybe 3 minutes later, I'm at the front door. My food isn't there. Something you need to know about the neighborhood that I live in, it is very quiet. Nothing's happening over here. There's no stores. There's no coffee shops. So people aren't just like walking around the neighborhood who don't live in the neighborhood. Also, the front door of the apartment building is facing a parking lot. You cannot see inside of the building, the front door, from the sidewalk. So it wasn't like someone was walking by, saw the DoorDash, and decided to steal it. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe one of my neighbors brought it up to my apartment to be kind. Nope, it wasn't there. That's when I text my DoorDasher and I go, hey, where's my food? And he replies, well, I took a picture and I called you, so I don't know, where is your food? And I was like, that doesn't check. No one in my building is going to steal my food. And especially not within 2 minutes of it being set down. And I tell him, I'm like, did you take a picture of the food and then leave with it? There's cameras. I tell him that there's cameras. So if he did, I'm going to find out. And he sends me this long paragraph. I'll put it here. I don't know really what he said. I tried to Google translate it. I think he might have called me fat. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to argue with this man. I'm just going to tell DoorDash my food never arrived. They give me the option to either get a credit or have it reordered. Again, I'm fucking hungry. I tell them just reorder the food, have it delivered again, whatever. The second time, I'm ready, okay? I'm waiting on my couch, watching the app. I see when it's delivered. I'm walking down the stairs, like within seconds of the lady putting the food down. I grab the food. The bag feels light. The bag feels light. And the reason I know this is because I order from this place all the time. And I always get the same thing because I'm neurodivergent. And that's what's comfortable for me. And I'm feeling the bag and I'm like, so I open the bag. Where are my mashed potatoes? Where are my mashed potatoes? So I text the woman because I know there's no way in hell that she's left yet. Because it has been maybe 30 seconds from the time that food touched down to like me grabbing it. I text her and I go, where are my mashed potatoes? This is insane. She replies, I'm sorry. Here they are. What do you mean? What do you mean, here they are? And then I get a picture of the to-go cup of mashed potatoes sitting on top of the mailboxes in the entryway. Why did you have the mashed potatoes? Why did you have the mashed potatoes? Why were my mashed potatoes not in the bag with the rest of the food? Quickly. This woman stole my mashed potatoes and then didn't even have the guts to like lie about it. Was immediately like, I'm sorry, you're right. Here they are. Hello? And the reason I know that she stole them is because the bag, the restaurant that I order from, it comes with a little tag on it that's the server has to like hand check that everything is in the bag. The little utensils part was checked as well. There weren't any utensils in the bag. This person opened the bag, took out my mashed potatoes, took out the utensils, because that was the only part of my order that would have needed utensils was the mashed potatoes. She had every intention of eating my mashed potatoes. So DoorDash, count your fucking days. I canceled my DoorDash account immediately. Because, like, you have to tip people before you even get your food with that fucking app. I'm not. The first guy who stole my food got $7. $7 and a free meal? Seems like a pretty good deal to me. But, like, no. I'm not doing this anymore. If DoorDash wants me to use their app again, they need to make it so that you can tip people after you receive your food. I don't understand this whole thing where you tip people before you've even received a service. That doesn't make any sense. Pay people a living wage, first of all. Pay people a living wage. And stop passing that on to the consumer, forcing us to pay for things that we haven't even gotten yet. That doesn't make any sense. Because now these people can just pretend to order or pretend to deliver food and then drive off with it. No. I guess I'm picking up my food from now on. Because I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Hi, this is a general manager calling from Jersey Mike's, and I just wanted to notify you that one of your dashers just took a whole order in the bathroom with him, and that's very unsanitary. I told him, and he proceeded to leave the store. Okay, so if you're not able to process it, are you gonna allow the customer to know what transpired? Because I don't have access to call the customer and let her know. We'll definitely remake it. We'll remake it for the customer. That's not the issue. I just wanted to make sure that the customer will be aware of what's going on. That's absolutely fine. Long story short, y'all, I was about to leave work, but I seen a man grab the order and then go in the bathroom because I'm doing a schedule in the lobby. So I tell him something. He proceeds to just ignore what I'm saying and walk out the door. So I call Doordash. They basically telling me that it's nothing that they could do until the person gets the food. I'm telling them, like, okay, well, you need to explain to the customer what transpired. Oh, I tried to call them. It's nothing I could do. Yeah, make sure that y'all get up and come get y'all food, because it's nasty work out here, for real.
So let me tell you guys about the weird encounter I had doing DoorDash and how I almost got sex trafficked. So I get an order for like $16, right? And then I sent him a message. I was like, okay, we're running a little behind because the wait is a little longer. And he was like, okay, that's fine. I'll just tip you when you get here. So when I get there, it's already a creepy feeling. It's like a motel, kind of like. So basically, he's like, oh, can you bring it to the back? Mind you, it's like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. at night. It's like really dark outside. You can barely see anything. And he called me. He said, hey, can you bring it to the back of the motel? Basically, can you bring it back of the hotel? And I was kind of hesitant. And I just called my mom and I was like, Mom, I'm getting a really, really bad feeling about this DoorDash. So she ended up sitting on the phone with me. She was like, don't go back there. So I drove like halfway back there and I seen like a four-wheeler truck. And that's where he wanted me to drop it off at the four-wheeler truck behind the hotel. And I was like, so I instantly drove back up there. And as I'm like walking into the hotel, it's like already so creepy. It's like only man. I didn't see like not one woman at all. It was so creepy. And I asked the person who's working at the front desk, I'm just asking him like, hey, he wanted me to bring it to the back. And so he started taking me way to the back and it was weird as fuck. So I was like, you know what, that's okay. Like he opened the door to the back and it was just pitch black. I was so weirded out. I was like, that's okay, I'll just leave it up front. And then my mom was basically like, you better get out of there now, like, or something's gonna happen. So I got out of there, got in my car. But basically I feel like he was just trying to sell me or something, like sex traffic me, because he was basically saying that he'll tip me in cash if I come to the back, like deliver it to him and back. And I never ended up getting the extra tip because I didn't deliver it to the back. But he was like, if I deliver it to the back, mind you, it's a four-wheeler truck that he wanted me to deliver it by. It's pitch black behind the motel. And he said he'll give me extra money in cash if I come back there. And I'm like, no. So I just feel like it was kind of like a sex trafficking thing, and it was so weird. Like that's the weirdest encounter I ever had, and I ended up just going home that night. Like it was so weird. But yeah, let me know if you guys have had any weird DoorDash experiences, because That was just like the creepiest thing ever.
Now, we all know that DoorDash is for convenience, right? If you don't feel like going to get something, they will bring it to you. But when does convenience turn into laziness? And I'm only asking because I need your help, okay? I ate at this amazing Thai restaurant. I want it so bad. I'm craving it right now. And I pulled it up there on DoorDash. I cannot bring myself to order it. Every time I open it, I close it out. I open it, I close it out. I've been doing it for weeks. Okay? Every time I open it, it says it's 300 feet away. Y'all, it's at the end of my block. And I don't want to go down there and get it, but I don't want to DoorDash, okay? Because then that will admit how big back rhinoceros of me to not walk down maybe 6 houses and get it. I don't know. I'm trying to, so I need to know. I thought DoorDash was for convenience. I don't feel like going to get it, but when do we cross the line over into, now you know, you could get up and go get, I don't want to do it, but I don't want to spend the money. I don't know.
This is for Baltimore people and Baltimore people only. If you're not from Baltimore and you don't drive for DoorDash, keep scrolling. Whichever one of you motherfuckers went to go pick my crabs up yesterday from Mackey's Crab House around like 1:30, and y'all picked my crabs up and then gonna call DoorDash saying that y'all had a family emergency, so they had to cancel my order. Yeah, this is for you, ho. First of all, I placed my order at 12:30. The store don't even open until 1 p.m. So I'm like, yes, my crabs gonna be nice and fresh. Soon as I'm gonna be the first order that they place, they gonna make my crabs nice and fresh and hot. Boom. Order my order, 12:30. They said my order, like I said, the store don't open until 1. They said my order was gonna be here between 2:30 and 4 o'clock. 2:30 and 2:40. Boom. Around like 2 o'clock, my order say it got picked up by the driver. I'm like, okay, boom. I'm not on the app or nothing. I'm scrolling on TikTok. Maybe about 25, 30 minutes go by. I'm like, damn, I ain't see no notifications saying that, hey, your driver is 10 minutes or whatever. You know how they give you notifications. So I go on the app and look for my order. Why they talking about the driver is still waiting to pick your order up? So I'm like, hold up. Y'all just told me 40 minutes ago that my order was picked up. So I calls the store. Hello, hey, I was just calling to see if my order was picked up. They like, what's your address? I gave them my address. They like, oh, your order bang got picked up. I'm like, okay. Soon as I hang up the phone with them, 2 seconds later, I get a motherfucking notification from DoorDash. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, we had to cancel your order, blah, 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 refund credit. So 2 seconds after that, I get a phone call from DoorDash. They are like, I'm sorry, we had to cancel your order, blah, blah, blah. If you would like a refund, we can say. I'm like, ma'am, no, it's Fresh TV Sunday. I don't want no refund. I want my crabs. And I'm like, first of all, you say y'all cancel my order. Why did y'all cancel my order? Like, what happened? That's when she all like, oh, the driver said that he had a family emergency, so he had to cancel your order. You know you ain't had no family emergency. You got them nice, hot, fresh, steamy crabs, and you probably been DoorDashing all morning, and you got my crabs, and you took my crabs home, and you ate my crabs, and you enjoyed it. How did they taste? How did they taste since you lied and said you had a family emergency? Yeah, the family emergency was for you to get home and eat my crabs with your family. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Now I'm mad all over again. But I did get my crabs. I had to order them again. And they gave me a $15 credit.
Started changing their names to women's names, and they started using that to their advantage. This is why I quit dashing.
That DoorDash shit, Uber, all of that stuff can be dangerous, man. I would never recommend a lady do that on her own. Always have somebody with you or carry if you live in a state where you can carry. However, I didn't know anything about like men changing their names to women's names and stuff like that. That's some crazy shit, you know what I mean? And you know, I order on DoorDash every now and then, and sometimes I will say hand it to me, you know what I mean? Because I want my damn food. I don't want you to just leave it there because people be taking shit. So I usually say hand it to me. And there's been a couple of times where they would just leave it at the door and leave. I go check and I look and my food's sitting there, and it would piss me off because I'm like, yo, I specifically said hand it to me, you know what I mean? But now knowing this, I can understand. You know, it might have just been somebody that was just scared, you know what I mean? I can't blame them for being scared. I know I ain't gonna do nothing, but still, you know, they're just trying to be safe. So I can't even really be mad at that no more. Now, I never DoorDash, but I used to drive Uber. I used to pick up all the drunk people down at Ybor City, on like Fridays, Saturdays, and Sunday nights and stuff like that. And, that experience right there is what made me quit. One time I had some people get in my car, they were just acting stupid. I asked one of them to sit in the back, and they were like, no, I'm going to sit in the front. And I was just like, you know what? All it takes is for one of these ladies to say that I did something to them or something while they're drunk, and, everything is going to be messed up for me. Ain't nobody going to believe me or nothing like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm done with this crap. I ain't doing this no more. And that's the thing about these Ubers and Uber Eats and DoorDash and all that stuff. You just trying to make you some extra money, but you never know what type of shit some other people might bring to you and what type of situations they may put you in.
The number one reason y'all food is cold when y'all order a delivery, especially through DoorDash, is A, if you do not have a tip on there or it's really little, no one's going to take the order, and a lot of times it will bounce around from DoorDash or DoorDash or DoorDashers. A lot of these restaurants will make your order once the ticket comes through that there is an order. They don't start it when a driver is assigned, and none of that, y'all. Y'all food get made the moment y'all place the order for most of these restaurants, not all of them. So by the time it get bounced around, maybe it'll go up to $5, and somebody like, okay, I'll take it. I'll take the L for the day and do a $5 order or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So we got to go through traffic, get to the store, wait in line, all this other stuff for $5. By the time your order gets to $5, we pick it up at the store. It's been sitting on a cold shelf. It's not, they don't put it in warmers. They don't do none of that. It's been sitting on a cold shelf for I don't know how long, baby. It sometimes it be an hour and some change. Like if you look at the receipt on there, y'all, like when they print off that receipt, it be saying a yay hour behind, okay, in the past. And even if you ask them like, well, this been waiting, can you remake it? They not remaking it, y'all. Like y'all gonna get the cold food, and it's not our fault. Like we're gonna get to the order as soon as we pick up the order. This is for majority of the dashers. I don't know. This is probably for 98% of the dashers. We getting your order as fast as possible. Why would we take our time with your order when we could be on to the next one, making more money, make more money, make more money? We here to do the same thing. We here to help you get your food fast and hot, and we here to get our money fast and hot. Okay, y'all? So the reason why y'all food be cold most of the time for the no tippers or the low tippers, this is why. Another reason is y'all food be set on the shelf and they don't be letting nobody grab it, and the restaurants be busy as heck. So I'm going in there. It's 10 people ahead of me. I got this order, and the order only $6. So I'm waiting in line for $6, and we're dashers, so they're not letting us, skip people, which I completely understand. I shouldn't have to skip nobody just because I'm a door dasher, but we have to wait in line. By the time we get to the front of the line, they be like, "Oh, it's right there." But yeah, you still had to tell me before you grab it. Like, we not gonna let you come all the way over here, skip everybody, and then tell me you grabbing the order. But that's my two-piece, y'all. That's why y'all orders be cold when y'all get it, especially through DoorDash. I'm speaking through DoorDash only.
DoorDashing has screwed up my life. Remember me, I'm the girl who DoorDashes to make $10,000, and I've done it once, and I was kind of starting to do it again, but I stopped, so let me explain. The reason I went back to DoorDashing again is because for some reason, my videos do not get shown to really anybody unless I use the hashtags about DoorDash. It's so frustrating because before I started the DoorDash content, my lifestyle content did pretty well with or without hashtags. Frustrating as a creator because it makes me feel very uninspired. I will put a lot of effort into a video and it flops. And not that views are everything, but it sucks when your work was being validated and now it's not. I don't really know what to do because DoorDashing is not my favorite kind of content to make. It's draining. Like, it's screwed up my algorithm and no one sees my videos. So if you're seeing this one, please check back my page and watch my videos because I just don't know what to do. I know my videos aren't being hidden. They're just not being pushed out unless I use those hashtags.
My DoorDasher just destroyed my entire DoorDash order because I didn't leave a tip. Now, this may be divisive for some people, but I didn't have the money to leave a tip. I just wanted some DoorDash. I just really wanted some DoorDash. So, let me explain what happened here. I got DoorDash this morning because my wife loves coffee. She loves a medium latte from Dunkin' Donuts. It's her favorite thing to get. So I decide to, before she wakes up, get a medium latte from Dunkin' Donuts. Next thing to wake up to, she wants a strawberry donut. I got her order memorized. We got it synced. We're locked in. Neuralink. I am just baffled. It takes 2 hours to get the order. So I'm like, okay, all right. So I didn't leave a tip. Now, this is gonna probably spark some debate here immediately upon me not leaving a tip. I just didn't have the money to leave a tip. I really didn't. I just want some DoorDash. And I didn't have the means to leave because my wife freaks out when I leave in the morning because she likes waking up next to me. It's like her favorite thing to do. So I come downstairs and I sit right here. Right? I sit right here. I'm still in the building. So just in case my wife wants to know where I'm at, I can rush back upstairs. She doesn't freak out because she just has attachment issues. So we're just going to get that out the way. So I'm like, cool. And I freak out too. Not going to lie. I have attachment issues too. I love being next to my wife. So let's get into this. The person comes up and they immediately see me and their eyes turn red and I get confused. I'm very perplexed. And they say, "You the bro didn't leave a tip?" And immediately this happens. He tosses it down. I'm a little bit confused. Why'd you toss it down? It was strange. It immediately tossed my drink down. I was confused. My drink is right there. Just tossed my drink down from not leaving a tip. I was a little bit perplexed. I said, "Why'd you do that?" He said, "Have a good day." And he walked away. Now, naturally, I should expect this. I'm in Detroit. I should just know this. This should be par for the course. But it really messed me up. Is a tip that serious? Is that real? Is that a real thing? DoorDashers, I know you can see the tip. I understand that. But to destroy an entire order over the monetary value of what I just wanted this morning is insane. To waste the entire thing. It's still there. I'm just looking at it. I'm not cleaning it up. It's really insane to me to do something like that. That feels partially, I don't know, a bit of an overreaction, a slight bit of an overreaction, in my opinion. Maybe I'm psychotic, maybe I'm crazy, maybe my soul is left adrift, maybe I'm just dumb, maybe that might be me, but this feels like a bit of an overreaction. And I taught DoorDash and explained what happened, and they said, "That sounds unreasonable. We'll definitely give you your credit back. Would you like to order the same thing?" I said, "Yeah, I'd like to order the same thing. That'd be great." Now I'm scared to not leave a tip. A little bit scared to not leave a tip. I'm a little bit terrified, honestly. This is a one-off instance, by the way. I usually try my best to leave a tip if I have the money. But this is insane. This feels targeted somehow. It's weird. This is weird.
So I'm gonna start off. I did my first DoorDash tonight. My very first. And I go to Taco Bell. I'm like, making $8 off this. Got this. Let's do it. Little town. And I go to Taco Bell. I pick up the Taco Bell. And I got my daughter, my 8-year-old son, and my grandbaby. And we get to Taco Bell. We get it. We go. I'm like, let's do it. So we take a turn, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, something didn't sit well with me. I don't know. Anyway, so I get down there, and my instructions on my delivery is to get out of my vehicle, walk up to the door, and personally hand these people their food. Okay, I got you. I'm a people person. Hi, how are you? That's Southern charm, okay? So I get out, I go up there, hand the young man his food. I was like, "Is this yours?" He's like, "Yes, ma'am, it is." I handed it to him. He said, "Thank you. Have a good night. Be safe." You too. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for choosing DoorDash. So I turn around to go back to get in my car, and I look, and there's like 7 kids around my car. No big deal. Kids are friendly. I look at my daughter, and she's looking straight ahead. She is not saying nothing. She's not doing nothing. I'm like, let's roll down the window and talk to them. They look sweet. None of these kids were over 10 years old, okay? Not one of them. I roll down the window. Little boy's peeking over my thing. He goes, "Give me something to eat." I said, "Oh, buddy, I'm sorry, I don't have anything." I was like, "This is not my food. This is somebody else's food. We're just delivering food. Give me something to eat." I said, "Oh, gosh, I don't." Anyway, so I'm like, "Buddy, we don't have anything. Like, this is not our food." And I was like, "All right, we're going to go now because I got to deliver this next order." No, you ain't. One of them had a stick. The other one had 2 pieces of asphalt in their hand like this right here looking at me. And I was like, "We're going to go." I said, "Get away from the car. I don't want to hit no little kids." And so, anyway, we I'm not knowing what to do at this time because there's little bitty children, and I don't want to go, and I don't want to back up, and I don't want to go forward because I don't want to hit nobody, and I'm looking around, and there's adults everywhere, but nobody is telling these kids to come on. They're hitting my car, they're beating my car, they're hitting my car with sticks, they're hitting my car with their hands, they're pushing my car, they're kicking my car, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna go now, and I'm trying to be as sweet as I can be. And to no avail, they're not letting us go. Anyway, they're looking at my daughter. She can handle the language, but anyway, they're like, eat my balls.
Nobody use my...
And I'm like, okay, well, we're going to go now. Nothing, they're not moving. They're still hitting my car. They're climbing on the back of my window at this point, like my back window. They're climbing up by my windshield wiper. They're hanging on the back of my car. They get down in my backup camera, and they're like, yeah, you better get your ass out of here. I can't go anywhere. I'm trying, buddy. I'm trying really hard to get out of here. And so they come back up to the passenger side window and roll down the window, and they was like, yeah, that was us behind you. I know. So we're gonna head on out now, and everybody's just staring at us. Well, all of a sudden, the guy that we delivered the food to comes out his door, and he's like, hey, get y'all's ass in y'all's yard and leave that lady alone. Get away from her car. Let her go. So they scurry on across the road, and they go back to the garden. They're standing there looking at us, and anyway, they're still yelling stuff at us and saying stuff to us. And then we pull up, and the young men that were standing over here playing basketball, they looked to be 20, 21-ish, somewhere like that. They was like, you should have hit their ass. I bet they would have left your car alone. I was like, oh my gosh, no, they're little kids, And they're like, yeah, but it would have taught them. No, I can't hit a little kid. I'm sorry. Can't do that, I'm still being nice by this point. Everybody in the car is traumatized. Anyway, so I pull up and I back up. They start chasing us down the road. So I'm watching them. Here comes some more guys. Well, here comes a younger guy with a pink shirt that says trap on it. And he's like putting it out at our car, and I'm like, just keep driving. Don't, just keep driving. Just focus. So I'm trying, the kids are running at us. I'm looking around like, I have no idea what's going on. So I get out of there and I start to my next delivery. And I did my second delivery. Super amazing people. But we go to eat Mexican after that because I was like, I'm done. No more DoorDashing tonight. Like, I'm done. I hope somebody else picks up these orders because it's not going to be me tonight. Yeah, just put it in the back. And so we go to eat Mexican. My 8-year-old, I'm still upset. My ulcer. Did you shoot yourself in the face? My 8-year-old goes in the Mexican restaurant. He's cha-cha-cha. I'm like, he's having time of his life. My ulcer's kicking my ass. I'm fixing to shit on myself because that upset my stomach so bad. Like, I don't think an adult has ever scared me or put the fear of God in me the way those little kids did. Okay? Because at least with an adult, I could probably, fight back. What the hell am I going to do to a little kid? Like, I can't whoop their ass. You know what I'm saying? I could, but I shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't my kid. But anyway, I'm like, yeah, come on, gang, let's go eat. I'm trying to eat, not shit on myself. And yeah, I put some more in it. And so as we start to leave, my night's already been stressful. And as we start to leave, my son's trying to speak Spanish, which we know the owner's really cool people. And so he goes, hola, amigos. And the guy goes, hola. And I'm like, just get the hell out of here. Let's just get the hell out of here. Like, I'm ready to get out of this. Like, this is a town I shop in all the time. Like, oh my God, I have never been so scared in my entire life. Ever. But the funny part about it is, every time something crazy happens, it's always that daughter that's with me, my 8-year-old, and the grandbaby. Like,
Ariel, listen, don't give DoorDash a bad comment because it's not their fault. Listen, when I got the box, the receipt said Ariel. My name's Ariel. Your name Ariel. Nice to meet you, Ariel. I ordered a Caesar salad, so I hope you like that Caesar salad. But bitch, you ordered garlic knots. You got motherfucking extra cheese pizza over here. This buffalo. Hold on, wait.
Buffalo. And what's this? Oh, bitch. It's beef, pepperoni, chicken. And thank you for the marinara sauce. Listen, I hope that grilled salad do you real good. Because I wasn't even thinking about pizza tonight. But you know what they say? Oh, excuse me. You know what they say? When you ask, the Lord shall what? Go to bed. Thank you, Ariel.